Hi, I'm Carla Butorac and welcome to Behavior Communicates. Do you ever use a mental mantra to help you remember something, help you get through something, or inspire you to do something? Well, I certainly do. And I want to share with you today 3 mantras that I use to help me when I work with students. The first one is I use the mantra, pretend they're deaf. We know that our students on the autism spectrum are typically visual learners, and I find that often staff knows this, but they still fall into that verbal communication only, or they pair too much verbal communication with visual supports. I had a seasoned teacher recently using too much verbal communication even though she had visual supports. I shadowed her one day and she kept talking to this student, and I suggested that she rely more on the visual supports, including gestures, rather than the talking. Her student was not focused and often off task. Finally, on the 3rd reminder for her to cut back on her verbalizations, I just said, pretend he's deaf, and that did it. She laughed and said, I got it. From that point on, she did an outstanding job limiting her verbal instruction, and as a result got significantly more focus and task completion from her student. For some reason, this mantra seems to help people understand just how visual they need to be. The second mantra I have for you today is, the more behaviors you have, the more structure you need. When you have a child acting up, that is a great indicator that you might just need to add some more structure to his or her day. This could mean that your child needs more physical structure that communicates your expectations of what happens in a physical space, or it could mean that your child needs more visual supports that helps in understanding the tasks that you present. One of our teachers who works with students who have mild cognitive delays was having a minor behavior issue with her students running out of the room without permission to go across the hall to the bathroom. She needed a little added structure, so we told her to put some red tape on the floor by her classroom door and to tell her students that the rule was they could not cross the tape without permission. Well, guess what? It worked. The teacher said to us, who knew that something as simple as tape on the floor would work? So remember, the more behaviors you have, the more structure you need. The third and last mantra I have for you today is the one where you've heard me say this before. No new learning occurs without reinforcement. So if you're trying to teach a new skill, make sure that there is a reward system in place. This is particularly true of children on the autism spectrum, but this works with kids who have other special needs as well. I recently went to an elementary classroom where the teacher was having getting on the bus issues with a student who has Down syndrome. I asked what his reinforcers were, and they had tried everything except edibles. So I'm not above using edibles if necessary, and hopefully only for a short period of time. So I got his favorite edible, mandarin oranges, and said to him, do you want some oranges? He said, yes. So I said, get your coat on. He did. I said, good job, and gave him an orange slice. I told him to zip up his jacket. He did. I said, good job, gave him an orange slice. I told him to go get on the bus. He walked out the door, got on the bus, then he stopped his seat and he turned around and he looked at me, and I said, get in your seat. He did. Once he was buckled in, I gave him one last orange slice and said, good job, see you tomorrow. The teacher just looked at me and said, that's it? That's what I need to do? And I said, yep. So the teacher did exactly the same edible reinforcers for a couple days, and this student is now getting on the bus without incident. So remember, no new learning occurs without reinforcement. So if you're having issues teaching a child a new skill, make it more valuable for him or her to do exactly what you want done by putting in a reinforcer. Try these mantras and let me know how they work for you and your staff or other family members. Thank you so much for joining me here at Behavior Communicates. Just remember, the more we know about how to help the child or the students we love, the better quality of life they will have. If you like this video and you want to be in the know, sign up for Behavior Communicates and you'll automatically get my weekly video and blog plus other resources that I only share with my subscribers. Please share this video with parents, teachers, coworkers, and friends on Facebook, Twitter, and all your other social media. You take care, and I'll see you next time.